Today we're going to check out the Temple of Gainz leg extension slash seated leg curl machine. It promises commercial grade feel and performance, but we'll be the judges of that. Come along with us and find out what this thing's actually like to use in a real gym.
Massenomics.
Today's video is brought to you by Gym Radar, our brand new website for home gym owners. It's the ultimate resource for equipment, inspiration, and community. You can create your free account, upload photos of your gym, add your equipment list, and check out other people's gyms, see what people are doing all over the world. Visit gymradar.com to get started today.
We're here for the Temple of Gainz V3 leg extension slash leg curl review. The full in-depth Massenomics on-cut review. We're in Massenomics gym. Tommy's on the camera. He's also mic'd up. He's gonna help me go through if we got any special questions when we're looking at this thing. We've had it assembled and using for a couple of weeks now. I've got a lot of notes, a lot of thoughts. I've actually also solicited a lot of the thoughts from the people that train here at Massenomics Gym. Massenomics Gym is a real gym where a bunch of people try to get stronger, get bigger, get better. I don't know, whatever people do at a gym, right, Tommy?
Get juicy.
Get juicy. So I've got a lot of help on this, of collecting thoughts. And there's other reviews on this machine out there. And I was kind of thinking when we were getting ready for this, like what qualifies us to do another review on it? Like why another review on this piece of equipment from Temple of Gainz? And I guess the nice way of putting it is we have a different perspective sometimes because this is a machine that we paid money for, that we put in this gym where we've got the lifters I was talking about, and it gets used. Tommy and I both lift fairly seriously. I'll brag about it before. I've done like 25 powerlifting, strongman, Highland Games competitions over the last decade. We've been lifting. In the last 15 years, I haven't not trained for 4 or 5 days a week, every single week for 20 years actually, 20 years. So we lift.
And you too can have a physique like that.
Yes, this 20 years of going to the gym, and you can look like this. Next, I want to get into my high school football career.
And how much he used to bench.
Yes, and how much I knew people could bench in high school. Enough of that crap. Let's get into the actual nuts and bolts of this. This thing comes in the Ark of the Covenant crate from Indiana Jones. Literally, it comes in that big of a crate. It comes freight delivered. No problems there. It's packaged awesome. Actually, what you need to know is you're going to be into like an hour of just unpacking materials because everything's wrapped so individually. I almost can't picture that anything could come damaged. If it did, I'm pretty confident in Temple of Gainz customer service. I have no concerns there either. What I would say though, prepare to assemble this. Anything from Temple of Gainz, any of these large selectorized machines, there is an assembly process involved. You don't have to be Albert Einstein to do it. You have to be at least minimally handy though, I would say. Like, it helps if you've assembled a thing before in your life. If you've never done anything, it could be fairly complicated. It's not that complicated though. It does take time. This took me, I'd say at least 3 hours to assemble. And that, like, you know, you got to unpack everything. And
a lot of pieces to it.
the instructions are really good. I'm kind of hammering on this a lot because it's a big part of when you buy it. Like, don't go into this big, think it shows up like this, and you're like, great, leg extensions, leg curls. It doesn't work that way. There is time involved with, like, in that process, but the instructions are really good, and the pictures, the actual pictures are really good, and everything that go along with it. The machine itself, the function of it, what do we have here? It's a combo unit. It does both the leg extension and the leg curl. The old one that this replaced, it only did leg extensions here in the gym. I wanted an option for doing seated leg curls as well. That's mainly one of the primary reasons I got this. And I needed something that didn't take up, I didn't want something to do, individual machines to take up double the space. So it was a space saver. I got the upgraded aluminum pulleys. You can see on here, I think these cost an additional $100 to go with aluminum. Actually, I have a nylon pulley graveyard now from the machines I'm putting together with aluminum pulleys. I'll grab one of the nylons ones here. I don't know if you saw this over here, Tommy, but there literally is a graveyard of nylon pulleys. I have like 40 of them over here.
Let's see.
Yeah.
What do we got?
By the Atlas stones. I'm waiting for someone to
that's what that is.
throw some stones on these and just crush them to smithereens.
Wait, so does it come with the
Yes, it comes with them on them. So you have to take them all off and put all the aluminum ones on.
Okay, well, you got backups for life then.
Yeah, so we've been somewhat critical of aluminum pulleys in the past. I'd say critical in the sense like, yeah, they're great, but is it really better? I still don't know. I think that I'm not an engineer. I think the important workings of this nylon one versus the aluminum one over there, in this case at least, are exactly the same.
Okay.
From my naked eye test. Maybe I'm wrong, someone that knows more drop in the comments of what's actually true or not though. The aluminum ones look cooler. If you don't get aluminum, you wouldn't have this graveyard of nylon ones I don't know what I'm going to make something out of that someday. I just don't know what. So I do have the aluminum pulley upgrade, but I'm just wondering if I should hop in and just show you how it works at a certain point.
Let's see what this thing's all about.
Enough chit chat. Let's get to the actually what we can do. So adjustments on it. First thing, we're going to do leg extension first, but this is what I would consider the primary adjustment of the machine. If you're going to go leg curls, you're up here. If you're going to go leg extensions, you're somewhere in the bottom range of it. There's this additional adjustment for the actual pad itself that goes up and down depending on where you want to position that. The pads, I would say, very nice quality. I have really no critiques of the pads that are on this machine. Same goes for the seat and everything else there. I have no critiques of these pop pins or any of that functionality. It all seems to work exactly like it's supposed to. This is the leg hold down pad adjustment. That pad's all fine, solid enough. And one more adjustment as long as I'm talking about them all. This is for the actual backrest, the distance that you're going to have here. And, this probably adjusts more than it even needs to, in my opinion. I guess that's just to say that there's significant adjustment. And then I think one of the V3, a minor change, they added this, I think there was some wobble here, and they added this knob. I don't know, actually, if it matters that much, to be honest. But it's there, whatever. I don't have a strong opinion on that either way. So now I'm going to do some leg extensions, and I'll show you where I like to put it. I think in V3, they also added adjustments, some additional adjustments here.
To this sundial,
yeah, to this dial. But I like to go all the way to number 1, which puts this back as far as it's going to go.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You can see, it is under the seat.
Yeah, and I'm 6'2", 250 pounds. Tommy, when you did your review on what's the model number of the one you've got in your gym?
GMWD LEO8 2.0.
You brought in Big Bryce. He's not here today to have the giant man. I'll just do the larger than average man review of it at 6'2", 250. I'll pretend I'm Bryce. I'm 6'7", 350. Okay. So a couple things. I like it all the way back there in position 1, so you're going to get as much of a range of motion as possible. But the tricky part about that is getting into the machine when it's in space 1. So I've got a couple hacks. Here's the counterweight for this. I like to actually grab this with my hand and then push my leg, pull there. You can, actually that's a terrible example. Here's what I actually do. I get this leg all the way in here first, then pull that and get my leg in there.
Okay, interesting.
So that's how I do that. If there was a handle on this, I would actually like it.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's what's the recommended procedure for this, but for me to get as much a range of motion as possible, that's what I like to do. I don't really think you need this on leg extensions. I just don't. I think that's more of a leg curl use, so I don't even put it down when I'm doing leg extensions. And then as far as the range of motion, you can see it here. I'm not restricted by the machine. Like this setting, or when I say that, I'm not restricted by the settings on this dial. I go all the way to 1, and I'm getting like as much travel there as I want to. What's restricting me the most is this pad. The way this pad has an extra few inches of depth to it, I would say.
So put your leg down
and show us. It smashes my calves, so it actually makes it so that my lower leg won't go back farther, is this pad. And also sort of the angle of the seat. It's a combination of the angle of the seat and this pad. If it was in a perfect world, I would adjust that. I would make this narrower, which is probably less comfy to people, but I'm not after pure comfiness on this machine. I want as much utility as possible the way I'm using it. And I think that that's what's restricting me more than the positioning on this is actually the construction of this pad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll do a few reps here, and I'll try and do as full range of motion as possible so the haters don't bust my balls for
your lack of quad
for
development.
my lack of quad development, which many people have been on record critiquing me for that before. But here's the next point I'm going to get into. I'm at 154 pounds right now.
So let's see this weight stack here. What do you got?
Yeah, we're at like, I don't know, a little over half of the weight stack, somewhere around 2/3.
Can you move your arm for a second?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what's this weight stack go up to?
So the bottom is 264. I'm at 154 right now. And if I'm being honest, I could probably do a set of 50 of these.
Okay,
at this
so
weight.
So now we're talking about the actual strength levels here. Like,
yes.
You're recovering from some knee injuries, Tanner. I mean, how much do you think you can squat right now? Because you haven't been squatting.
Yeah, I mean, I can
much.
back squat 500 pounds right now, I think.
Okay.
You know, my best squat ever is 600 pounds. I think I've squatted like 585 in a competition, something like that before. To give you some relative background on that. And also I'd say I've torn both of my ACLs in the last like 5 years. I've used a lot of leg extension and leg curls between physical therapy, my own physical therapy, in the gym, recovery. I've used them way more after that than I ever even cared about them before. So I've gained a refined palate on these machines over the years.
Out of necessity.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Oh, what are you doing
Let's
there?
just bypass all those red marks
264?
and go to 264. And here, I don't think this is novel. I'm not the first person to ever bring this up before. And granted, Tommy and I might be stronger than your average gym equipment reviewer. And by might be, we almost certainly are in most cases. But believe it or not, we're not stronger than everyone. We train with a lot of people that are stronger than us. We lift with a lot of people that are stronger.
This very gym has stronger people
It's
in it.
full of people. So you can also see the way I struggle to get. But I do that because I like this on position one. You could get in and out easier if you did farther on the dial, but I don't like that. I want to get as much as possible. So full weight stack. I'm not world's strongest man. Here we go. I don't know if we'll have to speed this up.
I mean, I'm watching from here, and just if we're going to say what maybe the kids say, I'm saying RP air right now.
It kind of feels, I mean, this is enough. I'm going to get a workout in here. I'm going to start to feel a pump. I don't know if I've done about 10. And this is pretty much cold. I banged out about 10 there. It's not so little that it's not a workout for me or it's not challenging, but I mean, you can see here.
Right.
That's the entire stack.
Okay, so now the haters will say, get a gym pit and do it, but
There becomes a concern, you know, this isn't an inexpensive machine. It costs $2,400. Is the machine up for another 45 pounds generally on the gym pin? You know, maybe it is. I'm going to actually start experimenting with that. I haven't done it that much yet. That will be something. The other thing I do then, because of that kind of limitation, is this is never the first exercise that I'm doing. Like, I want to do hard squats, maybe some split squats or lunges, maybe hack squat machine, belt squat, whatever it is. This is going to be the last thing that I'm doing. So I should already be fatigued by the time I get here. So that weight stack is probably okay. The other thing is you can do tempo reps, you know, like I don't need to like be, it's actually fine for me, that weight, but that's probably my working weight most days. Most times I wouldn't be doing any less than that. It's probably fine for me, but I do consider it a limitation of the machine, right?
I mean, yes, I would, yeah.
Yeah, like it's significant.
And for some people, that's not a limitation at all.
Yeah.
But for others, that will absolutely be a consideration.
And why is it like that? You know, I don't know. There again, I'm not an engineer. It's related to this cam, I believe, and it's also related to the fact that this needs to be able to do both curls and leg extensions. I think it could be refined to be better, though, so that you have a higher felt weight. I guess what I'm talking about is the felt weight at your legs when you do it. And It's not a felt weight of 264 pounds when you're out there, I don't think.
Yeah. Interesting.
So my strongest critique is on the leg extension side of it, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, let's flip the script. Leg curls. My main adjustment right here. This is mostly, or a big part of the reason I even wanted this in the first place, is to be able to do leg curls. I like to flip that opposite all the way that direction.
Full extension?
I do think it would be nice if that went even farther this way. On the leg extension, I feel like this was my limiter. On leg curl, I would like this position to actually be probably one more up, just to get, I don't know, you know, the full stretch, you know, the whole story. So here's my leg curl position. I do use the pad on this one. I don't have very much weight on here right now, but you can see, and I do feel like because of the way this pulley and cam mechanism works,
let me see this in action here,
that the felt weight is a little bit better. Or maybe, I don't know, for whatever reason, there again, I'm not going to get into the speculation of why it is, but for whatever reason on the leg curl, the weight of this stack is sufficient, and I feel like it would be sufficient for most people.
Right, so like just
let's
as
throw
a
some weight
comparison
on.
then, like, what weight range are you talking on the leg curl
Let's
part?
go to, 198.
Okay.
Which is going to be a big chunk of the stack there, but I still got, 64 pounds to go. Let me see how that feels. Oh yeah, that's making me work already.
Okay.
I could do a set of 15 of this, but it's going to be hard work.
Right.
Let me put the full stack on and see if I can even.
Really? He's going for it, huh?
Just to put my
I
money
can
where
say
the mouth
Tanner
is.
is cold. I saw him walk into the gym here about 10 minutes ago. So
South Dakota's snowing.
Yeah, so of course
it's literally cold.
It's an April blizzard.
Yeah.
So I can say he is not warmed up or anything.
Let's try that.
All right, so that is the limit there. That is tough.
Yeah, I can do that, but it's also a good stress test of the machine, and you can feel like at that full stack, you can just, nothing's breaking, nothing's feeling like it's necessarily gonna break, but you can just feel the stress on the machine, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Where if I was at Globo Fitness and they had their super high commercial grade, I don't know, Cybex, Paramount,
Life Fitness,
Life
Matrix.
Fitness. I don't think you necessarily have that feel. That's why I think these machines are quasi-commercial grade. It's very close to commercial grade. For a home gym, it's going to be exceptionally nice.
It's also why they're not $5,000 too.
Exactly. That's the trade-off. And that appealed to me too, that it's $2,500 instead of $5,000. That's the function of it. Do we just kind of get into final thoughts then, I think?
Yeah. Do you have final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I think it comes down to what you're talking about, even what you brought up there, where it's every piece of equipment you buy is a price to level of quality relationship, and where's that in the value spectrum? And I think at the $2,500, it is a pretty good value overall. It's not without its deficiencies. The biggest thing to me is that leg extension stack issue. Personally, that's the biggest thing to me. You're not getting the high-end commercial quality, and I'm just talking about just straight up feel. Like you can get it and you use it, you know what I'm talking about. But at $2,500, you're kind of getting that level of quality. You go cheaper end of the spectrum, you're probably just pretty much going plate loaded at that point. Like yours again is the GMW LE08, which is a really nice machine. Mm-hmm. At that, and how much does that cost?
$1,000.
$1,000. So less than half the price of this. You've got a pretty solid machine too. You can go even cheaper than that on the lower end plate loaded ones. Get one for like $600. Some of those do kind of suck actually though. But depends on what your budget is. I like it overall. It's not without some issues. If it's for you or not just depends. Classically, it depends on if it's the right fit for you in your home gym or not. You need some space too. I don't know if we talked about it, but footprint wise,
You're using up a horse stall mat for this bad boy, aren't
yeah,
you?
for sure. It takes up some space in a home gym. That's going to be a bigger consideration than it here is Massenomics Gym. Come along for the ride. We got gym tours coming out like every single week. This is kind of a departure from our usual gym tour. We have the occasional equipment review, but we were just in Detroit touring gyms. We're headed, by the time this comes out, you'll know we're headed to Chicago, Wisconsin. Later this year, 2026, who knows where we're gonna go. It could be anywhere. We're using our Gym Radar map. So I actually can't believe I went this long without talking about Gym Radar.
Yeah, I mean, come on, give us the sales pitch here.
So this is on Gym Radar. If you don't wanna take my word for it, go to gymradar.com. I guarantee there's several reviews on this piece of equipment alone. I should have actually pulled up what the average review rating is on gymradar.com. Maybe can we add that in post?
Yeah, we'll add that in here.
Here's what the people of Gym Radar have said about this machine. So literally, you don't just have to take my word for it. You don't have to take just another reviewer's word for it. See what the people say about Temple of Gainz and everything else. Gymradar.com. Get your gym on there. Maybe we'll find you on there and come to your house to do a gym tour and check out the equipment that you've got of your own. Catch you for the next one.